Hi everyone, Melissa here. In today's video, I want to talk about what to do if you have reacted badly to circumstances, if you've gotten triggered, if you're just feeling really bad about something and you're worried you mess up your manifestation or you're just ready to give up. This video is for you. And we're still giving away that free course, How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything Fast. You can find the link for that in the description of this video. Okay, let's get into it. I was really inspired to do this video because I've had a couple clients this week that were really just at their wits' end, ready to give up, super frustrated, either not seeing movement or not seeing the movement that they wanted, and reacting to circumstances, making assumptions that didn't match their desires, and just really frustrated. So this video is, I intend that after you're watching this video, if any of those things I described apply to how you've been feeling lately, this video will help you. This is what I do. This is what I've done in the past when I have felt triggered or reacted, and I know it can help you. Okay, so let's talk about what is a reaction in the first place. So what I mean when I say reacted badly or got triggered is something happens in your reality. So in your physical reality, something happens in your 3D and you don't like it. It's not something you prefer. Maybe it's about something you're actively trying to consciously manifest right now. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something totally different that you're like, didn't expect. Oh my gosh, what the heck? How did I create that? What is that thing? This is terrible. And you react from an emotional place. You get upset, you get mad, you cry, you get sad, you get frustrated. Maybe you say something to somebody that you didn't mean, or any way you've reacted. Okay, the circumstance has triggered an emotional response from you. When I say getting triggered by something, maybe you saw something on social media and that immediately made you feel bad, made you remember something from the past that made you feel bad, made you start creating your unwanted story again, made you fall back into a thought pattern that was what you don't want. Okay, so, or maybe you reacted by noticing that there's no movement in something you're trying to manifest, and so that made you feel bad. So all of these things have one thing in common, and that is an emotional response came from you. An emotional response was evoked within you about something, and it was not a positive emotional response. It wasn't a wanted emotional response. It wasn't an emotion that feels good. However you reacted to whatever the circumstance was, it doesn't feel good. So what do you do next? What do you do next? How do you still manifest what you want after completely losing it over a circumstance, or getting upset, or getting frustrated, or feeling like you're ready to give up? And the thing I want to say about feeling like you're ready to give up is 99% of the time when someone says, I'm ready to give up, I don't want to do this anymore, I can't take it anymore, I'm so frustrated, it's not that they want to give up on the desire or manifesting in general. It's they're tired and frustrated of the unwanted thoughts, of feeling bad, of seeing seemingly no movement. And all of that just equals your old story, your unwanted truth. So when you're feeling like you want to give up, that's because you're not sticking to your mental diet. That's because you're not persisting in your wanted truth more than you are persisting and believing in your unwanted truth. And that feels bad. So of course you want to stop doing that, because it feels awful to consistently notice you're not getting what you want, to consistently notice that what you want isn't true yet. That feels awful. Of course you want to give up on that. But notice the difference. It's not that you want to give up on your desire. It might be. You can totally change your mind about what you want. But most times when somebody is saying, I'm ready to give up, I'm tired, I'm frustrated, it's because they're not persisting. They're not focusing on their wanted truth more than what they're seeing in the 3D that seems to equal what they don't want. Okay? So what do you do after all of that? After all that reacting, after wanting to give up? Well, the first thing you do is you take a deep breath and you self-soothe by reminding yourself of a few things. The first thing is that it's okay. It's okay that this happened. It's okay that I reacted. I'm not messing anything up. I'm a human. I have emotions. I have feelings. The reason I reacted is because my mind instantly went to an assumption that meant something I didn't like. And that's okay. It happens. I'm allowed to react. It's okay. Give yourself permission. Don't beat yourself up over it, because then you're just creating more of what you don't want. So accept that it happened. If you have worked yourself up into the point where you feel like you're going to cry or you're really angry, process those emotions in a healthy way. So if you need to cry, cry. If you need to go for a run to get out your frustration, do that. If you need to journal, do that. Whatever you need to do to allow those emotions to just pass through you and let yourself feel better, do that. And then you get back on your mental diet. You start assuming, believing, thinking, telling yourself, however you want to say that, you start telling yourself a better story. You start one thought at a time, one assumption at a time. It just takes one thought to start the momentum going again in the direction that you want. Okay? So don't beat yourself up. Feel the feelings you need to feel. Recognize that those feelings came up because you were thinking about something. You made a snap judgment about something. You made an assumption about something that wasn't something you liked. It didn't match something you preferred. And then instead of catching it right there and redirecting your thoughts, your mind just spiraled in that direction, because your brain is going to introduce another like thought and another like thought and another like thought. And then pretty soon you find yourself feeling awful. So it's okay. It's okay if you reacted. You didn't mess anything up. You can still manifest what you want. It's what you do next that matters. So start one thought at a time, telling yourself a better story about whatever you reacted about. So let's do some examples. Let's say you've been trying to manifest being abundant and wealthy and having lots of money, and you've really thought, you've been focusing on it, and you've seen no real changes in your financial situation. And then all of a sudden you get this giant bill in the mail that you didn't expect. That's not something you wanted to create. That's not something you were choosing to create, but it showed up and it made you feel bad because it's exactly opposite of what you want. So you reacted, you got upset, you got stressed, and your mind started reeling in the thoughts of, how am I going to pay this? I can't afford it. I'm broke. I have no money. This manifestation thing doesn't work. Okay, so see, one thought comes another, comes another, comes another, and now you're just feeling in this awful place. Okay, I see that I reacted here. I see that bill. You know what? It's okay. And it doesn't matter. The circumstance doesn't matter, because I decide what's true in my reality. I decide what happens next. I'm the director of my experience with my thoughts. So I know that if this showed up because of my thoughts, I can make it disappear because of my thoughts. I can change what's true about it. If I thought one thing was true about it, I can certainly think something else is true about it. It's certainly possible for me to make a better assumption about it, to think something different is possible about it, to think it's going to work in my favor, to think I always get what I want no matter what shows up. I'm going to choose to decide that this bill was a mistake and I don't know that much, and I always have plenty of money to pay any bill that I get. And then you keep telling your wanted story, no matter if that bill is sitting there staring you in the face. You don't care about that. It's what you're going to make that mean. And we want to make it mean that it aligns with your desire. So I see you, Bill. I can afford you because I always have tons of money. I always have plenty of money to pay for any bill I have. And also, I was overbilled. That's a mistake. I don't actually owe that much. Okay, let's do another example. Let's say you are trying to manifest your SP and you see on social media they post a picture with someone else that you don't know. And then you immediately get triggered and think, oh my gosh, there's a third party. Oh my gosh, who are they talking to? Oh my gosh, they don't want me. They want somebody else. Your mind just goes reeling in the wrong direction, right? You react, you get upset. Okay, what do? We stop. We acknowledge that we reacted. We acknowledge the circumstance that made us feel bad, and we redirect our mind. We start telling ourselves something better is true about what we saw. So that that person is just a friend. That person's just a neighbor. They're not dating. They're not interested in them. They only love and want me. There's no one else. There's no third parties. That was just a silly assumption. That's totally not true. They're going to take that picture down. They're going to text me tomorrow. They're going to text me right now. They only want to be with me. You go back to your wanted story, no matter if that picture is still up the next day. You don't let it keep re-triggering you. This is where disciplining your mind comes in. This is where persistence comes in. This is persistence. It's persisting in your wanted truth in spite of whatever is showing up in front of you. So again, it's okay that you reacted. It's what you do next that gets you unstuck, that breaks the cycle. You're only reacting that way because it's your default mode of thinking about your desire. You're used to thinking about your desire in a certain way, especially if it's something like an SP that you have history with, or you have a history of never having enough money. So you're used to always just assuming that you never have enough. You're used to always thinking that it's a struggle every month to pay your bills. You're used to thinking that the person you like doesn't like you back, or that they told you they don't want to be with you, or you heard that they date other people. And so your brain defaults to that story until you change it, until you stop it in its tracks and redirect your thoughts to your wanted story instead. And it will feel hard and like a lie, and like, yeah, but this circumstance is staring me in the face. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. This is the work. This is the true meaning of persistence. You persevere through your unwanted circumstance with your new story. And that's what gets that circumstance to show up differently and or disappear, because it's all about the lens you're looking at it through. And so when you start to change your perspective on those unwanted circumstances, you don't react the same way, or at all even sometimes, because you're coming at those circumstances from a place of empowerment, knowing that you have all the control here. You decide what it means, which changes what shows up for you in your experience. So it's okay to react. It's just, what am I going to do next? How am I going to assume better? What am I going to keep creating for myself? And if you're super frustrated and ready to give up, ask yourself, do I really want to give up on my desire, or do I want to give up feeling bad? Do I want to give up noticing that I can't never get what I want, that I still haven't got what I want? Because it's probably the latter. And that's just a story too. That's just a default way of thinking too. If you are looking for instant gratification and you've been affirming for a whole day, and then you see no movement in your 3D, and you don't discipline your mind and keep persisting in your new story, you're automatically going to go to your default mode of thinking because you're used to thinking about things that way. So challenge yourself in moments of reaction to take a step out of the emotional space from it. Take a step out of the emotion. Try to set the emotion aside for a minute and ask yourself, what am I making this mean right now that's making me feel so bad, that's making me react this way? What am I seeing in front of me? And if it's very literal circumstance, that's exactly what you don't want, this is an opportunity for you to change your story. Because if you see something that's the opposite of what you don't want, and you keep deciding, what I don't want is true, what I don't want is true, look, there's proof, there's proof, there's proof, you're just going to keep creating that. That's a narrative that you're going to keep experiencing. So it's an opportunity for you to change your story, which will change your reality. Okay? So don't stress out about reacting. It's okay. It's what you do next that matters. And there's always a next, because it's always now, it's always now, it's always now, it's always now. And you can change your mind. No. You can change your thoughts. No. So you're never stuck. You're never stuck. Don't tell yourself you're stuck. Stop telling yourself you're stuck. Stop telling yourself you can't get what you want. Stop telling yourself there's no movement, because you're right. If you tell yourself there's no movement, you're right. You're going to see that, you're going to perceive that there is no movement. You're going to perceive that you're stuck. You're going to perceive that you're missing something, that there's a missing piece, that you're doing something wrong, that you're messing up this whole manifesting thing. But the thing is, you can never mess it up because it's always you. It's always through you, through your own perspective and perception. So just take it one thought at a time. Pull yourself out of those emotional reactions the best you can. Don't beat yourself up, and take it one thought at a time and change your story. And this does not have to take a long time. Just because you've been thinking about something a certain way for a long time, it doesn't mean it has to take a long time to change it. We can change our mind instantly about things, and we do all the time. So don't stress about the time it's taking. Just focus on, what am I assuming is true about this? What am I assuming is true about this? Does it match what I want? Nope. Okay, I need to keep persisting and affirming my new story instead. Okay? I just really felt like I needed to say that. I've seen so many frustrated clients this week, and I just want you all to know it's okay to react. Don't beat yourself up. It's what you do next that matters. Okay? One thought at a time, one assumption at a time. You can do it. You are powerful. No circumstance has power over you. No reaction has power over you. Don't let those make it. Don't let your reactions take over. Don't let your reactions bully you. Don't let circumstances bully you, because it's all your choice. You choose what thought you're going to have next. You choose how you're going to perceive something. You choose what you're going to make something mean. So make better choices. Use the reactions you have as feedback to make better choices, better thought choices, better choices of assumptions. Okay? I intend this video helped you. I intend you have a major breakthrough after watching this, and you give yourself a break and stop beating yourself up if you are. It's okay. It's okay to react. It's what you do next that matters. All right. And the more you do this, the less you're going to notice you react. You're going to be more of an indifferent observer of your circumstances, because you know how to navigate them, because you know it's all me. It's all me. I choose what happens next via my thoughts. Okay. All right. I think that's it for this one. So I intend you have an amazing rest of your week. Please, if you have videos you want to see, put those in the comments. And that's it for this one. So have a great week, everyone. See you in the next one.